Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to the drive-thru. Today we are working on 4-3. We are solving equations. Okay. Sorry. 3x. So let's rewrite this problem. 3x equals 7. And then, of course, by 5. So first step is to get rid of the fraction. So we need to multiply by 5. Get 35 equals 3x plus 2. So now we need to do the opposite of adding, which is subtracting. So we need to subtract 2, which equals 33, equals 3x. We need to divide by 3 to get the x by itself. So 33 divided by 3 is 11, so x equals 11. Plug it in. 3 times 11, 33, plus 2 is 35. Divide by 5 equals 7. So yes, we do know that is correct. Okay, so now we're working with where there's two variables, x and y. In this problem, we will not get an exact answer like we did over here. Okay, so let's rewrite our problem. 3x plus 2y divide 5 equals 7. So now we need to get rid of the fraction, so we need to multiply by 5. I'm not liking this board at all. So, okay, so we get 35 equals 3x plus 2y. Okay. Hopefully you guys can read my handwriting. So now we're solving for x, so we need to subtract 2y. Since it's adding, it's positive. So we can cancel that out. Just add minus 2y on the other equation. We get 3x equals 35 minus 2y. And that is as far as you can simplify it. So now we're going on to the next. Okay, I got a lot. Yes. Yeah. Got a live audience today.
So what we could do, is it possible? So see, could we like plug 11 into x and then just put 1 into y?
No, these are totally different equations. You do not know that, so don't do that. That is just, if you did that on a test, that would be wrong, because you do not know that. Unless it states that y or x equals a certain value.
I thought we were trying to solve.
No, we are trying to solve for x, and that's what x equals. So I got a range of audience here, guys, if I didn't say.
Your biggest fans are your target.
Okay. I don't like this board. So now we need to get rid of the fraction. So we need to times. It's actually easier, I have found, with using it without. No, wait. I made a mistake, guys. Yes, humans make mistakes. So, first step, guys, you have to add 5 because you need to do PEMDAS, but you need to do it backwards. So, that cancels, equals 16. 16 equals 4x divided by 3 times by 3. That does that. 16 divided by 3, which is 48. 48 equals 4x. Need to divide by 4. Divide by 4. And you get x equals 12. Plug that back in. I encourage you to plug it back in, and if you plug that back in, you will get 11. Okay, so now we're going to do this one again. So 4x divided by 3 minus 5y equals 11. Okay, so now, first step, we need to get the 5y, negative 5y over on the other side. So we are adding 5y this time. That cancels. Then we got 11 plus 5y. Okay. Now we got 4x divided by 3 equals 11 plus 5y. Okay, so now we need to multiply by 3 to get rid of the fraction. You make sure to multiply both your 11 and your 5y, since you can't just multiply one thing. You have to do it to every number on each side. So you got 33 plus 15y. Okay, so equals 4x. And that is your final answer. 4x equals 33 plus 15y. Okay, so now we're going to do this guy. So you could do the distributive property, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to divide by 2/5 on each side. So that cancels, and then 6 divided by 2/5 is 15 equals x plus 3. Subtract 3 on both sides. You get 12 equals x. You plug that in, and I guarantee you it will equal 6. Okay, so now we're working with the difference is we replace this 3 with y. So let's solve this problem. Okay, I'm not going to write that. Okay. So we're going to divide by 2/5 again. Do that. Boom, they cancel. 6 divided by 2/5 equals 15. X plus y equals 15. So we subtract y, so we can get x by itself, and we get x equals 15 subtract y. Okay, so now there's multiple ways we could do this. We could divide it by 2 over here. We could divide that by 2, or we could distribute. I'm personally going to go ahead and distribute, so go ahead and distribute to both. Make sure to do it to both. That is a common mistake when you're doing the distributive property. So make sure to double check your answer before you submit this on a test. Okay, so we get 6x plus 8 equals 4x plus 12. So now we need to think of PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So we need to do this backwards, guys, backwards. So we are going to start with subtraction. So I am going to subtract 8. There we go. We get 6x on this side equals 4x plus 4. So now we need to move this x over here, so we need to subtract 4x, and then subtract 4x on the other side to do the same. Equals 2x equals 4. Then we need to divide by 2. ViewSonic. 4 divided by 2. Yes, that is what I just said. Okay, x equals 2. Plug that back in. 3 times 2 plus 4 is 10. Times 2 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 12 is 20. So, yes, this is correct. Okay. So now we are going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to rewrite it. ViewSonic. Okay. Oh, sorry. This board is so laggy today. Okay. I don't know if you can read my handwriting, but it's fine. Okay. Awesome. We got my audience that can hear it. So, 6x plus 8y equals 4x plus 12y. Okay, so now we need to get the variables on one side. So we're going to subtract 8y okay, and then subtract 8y on this side. We get 4y plus 4x equals 6x. So now we need to move the x over to one side. So we're going to subtract 4x over here. Let's subtract 4x. We get 2x equals 4y. Now we need to divide by 2 to get the x by itself. So divide by 2. Divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So x equals 2y. Awesome. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so today this one is different. We are not solving these. We are just describing what we would do if we were going to solve them. So here's what I'm going to do. So we're still trying to solve the process of solving for x. Okay. So first step. I'm going to write it out so you guys can read this. Pause the video at any time to read. Okay. We need to multiply by this board. Multiply by c on both sides so that we can get away with the fraction. Then we need to divide by a. ViewSonic. Divide by a. We do that on both sides. And now we have x plus b minus d equals e times c. And then divide by a. So now we need to subtract b. Since it's a positive, so we need to do the opposite. And then we need to do for d, we need to add d, since we're subtracting. And yeah, because there's no numbers on here, you really can't solve to find a number for this, so that would be the steps to do to solve this. So now we're looking at a problem with a square root. So square roots, this was last year. We did square roots a lot in last year's math, if you were in Math 8. So we need to divide by r, because it's multiplying. Since, and the opposite of square rooting is squaring, so we need to do that guy, and that will get rid of square. Okay, so we're squaring this. You would get, and then we are still solving for x, so we need to divide by m. ViewSonic.
I want Carson as my substitute.
Okay. No, wait. I got these steps confused. Sorry, guys. So this is actually step 4. I broke the law of PEMDAS. Now the math police are going to have to come and arrest me. We actually need to multiply by n so we can get rid of that fraction, then divide by m, and then we have x plus s, and we need to get rid of the s, so the fifth step is to subtract by, subtract by s. Okay, then you'll be able to get your answer, and as Mr. Yolen, I know Mr. Yolen says boom, but I say shazam!